England going at just under 6 runs and over, and if they can elevate that to 7 runs and over and a bit more from the last 8 overs of their 7 and a bit overs of this match, then England might have an in-game all above par score.
And from an Indian perspective, that previous partnership was motoring along in a brisk manner, so they really wanted a breakthrough. They would have liked to get into this lower middle order for England, which can struggle. Now with Jamie Overton, averages 16 in 3 innings in his ODI career. And he's going to be facing Jadeja, who's now dismissed Joe Root for the 5th time in 11 ODIs. And on cue, slip in position.
Indeed, Jadeja into Jamie Overton, who pushes it out towards mid-wicket. Harmy, they go through for a single. I don't want to labour the athletics analogy, but we're still at least a couple of laps away from the bell here. Jamie Overton's got to, bat properly. Don't worry about 6-hitting for the moment.
No, we're about 600 metres away from the finish. I mean, we've got 200 metres round the bend, the sort of final 2 bends.
Here's Jadeja pushed out by Livingston to mid-wicket, no run.
But if they can just rotate the strike, and it's very difficult, especially the way Jadeja bowls and speedy bowls at.
Little paddle sweep shot from Liam Livingston. Gets it away down to fine leg, and it's fielded by Jaiswal, who's back on the field. Not playing today, but he's done quite a bit of subbing.
But that's better. That's better from Livingston. You're taking the calculated risk. There's nobody at 45. Just rotate the strike. For a couple of overs, your rotation of strike, build it back up again. So a nice little partnership between Root and Livingston. That's been broken. And as Overton gets in, big strong shots down the ground, keep the ball on the deck. Livingston the same, just to get them to that grandstand finish. 6 overs to go. Because you've got to remember, England have got Atkinson, Wood, Rashid and Mahmood to come. There's not much left after this.
Varun Chakravarti's in. Sweep shot. It's hit it very well. Not quite well enough to reach the fielder at deep backward square leg. But it was a powerful sweep shot from Jamie Overton. And he's off the mark with that single. 250 for 1. 251 for 5, sorry. 251 for 5. 6 overs left after this one. So 5 overs and... But he's in. A sweep shot. It's hit it very... Chakravarti once again, and a lovely little late glide down towards fine leg by Overton. Waited for that. That's all I meant, Harmy. It's to show that you're not just a down the ground 6-hitter.
Yeah, you coming in and hitting 6s from ball 1. It is very, very difficult, especially against the quality opposition, slowness of the surface. So, get the body pumping and move, give yourself set and understanding your dimension, the dimensions of the ground and your angles.
Tries to play a similar shot on the offside this time, a very late dab, but Mohammad Shami is quite fine on the edge of the circle at short fine leg. It went straight to him, so there could be no run there. 253 for 5, Overton 3, Livingston 13. Chakravarti in once again on debut. Googly, nice one, hits the inside half of the bat, but Overton takes a single.
Yes, Varun Chakravarti will be bowling out here. And, the thing is, that wicket has allowed those extra overs of spin here for India, because they can smell a chance, can't they? Because if England have a mini collapse, we're talking about the finish line being around 300, 320. That could easily turn into 280 odd. And that's what India will be hoping for.
Chakravarti in low full toss, was it? It was a premeditated sweep shot from... Jamie Overton, and he's managed to get it away, but just a single to deep backward square leg. Overton 4, Livingston 14, England 255 for 5. Top score today of 69 from Joe Root, and 65 from Ben Duckett, and 30s from Harry Brook and Josh Butler. Chakravarti in again, another sweep shot, hit that hard, and it's in the air, and it's just a little too straight for Shubman Gill at deep backward square leg. And they've come back for 2. So 44 overs gone, 256 for 5. Steve Harmison mentioned the grandstand finish, and to describe it for you, we'll head back to the trio of Jared Kimber, Darren Gough and Andrew McKenna.
Let's kick for the line and see where we end up. 256 for 5, 5.8 and over. Goffey, we were talking 320s earlier. Where are we looking now?
Well, I think credit to England, actually. They played sensible today, played really, really well. Duckett got him off to a flyer. Joe Root was magnificent. Harry Brook played better.
Jadeja starts a new over. Overton uses his feet to come to the bowler, pushes it back to him in his follow-through, no run.
But you'd be looking at 10 and over from here, wouldn't you? Realistically, 9 and over. So somewhere around that 300 mark, I think that's what we were talking about at the start. But I think it's a good score.
Jadeja in, pushed out by Overton to extra cover, no run.
It does show how much one-day cricket has changed. There's a slip in place, and they're not wrong, have it?
Jadeja, left arm around. Overton is down on one knee, trying to paddle down to fine leg. Doesn't get anything on it, hits him on the body, no run. So this is Jadeja's final over. 2 for 33 so far. Chakravarti, that was his last. 1 for 54. Hang on, I think they're reviewing this.
Well, they've passed the ball over. No, he's getting the ball back now. So maybe Jadeja wanted the review and it didn't come through for him.
It didn't look like it had a lot going for it at first look. Jadeja is in, left arm around again. Now it's spearing down the leg side. Overton will clip it down to Harshit, who is down at deep square leg on the boundary, and they'll take a single. Fourth ball of the over, first run, 257 for 5. He has a slip, short third, extra cover and mid-wicket, catching mid-wicket. Those are the 4 inside the circle. Jadeja is round the wickets. Livingston pushes out to the man at extra. Shubman Gill can't prevent the single being taken. 258 for 5. Livingston goes to 15.
The surprising thing, just with the slip in place, I'm all for it, but it's not really turned. So a left-arm spinner, bowling to a right-handed batter.
Jadeja is in. Overton has launched this miles up into the sky, and it's gone about 15 feet in terms of distance, and Shubman Gill takes another good catch. It was one of those, he was stationed under it, an absolute age, waiting for it to come down out of this sky that is completely blue, no cloud in it at all, and Overton is out for 6 from 10 deliveries. England lose their 6th, 258 for 6 as we end 45 overs.
Well, disappointing shot actually when we talk about cricketing intelligence. The last ball, the Jadeja's 10th over, absolutely see him off. He's been their best bowler today. He's been superb, Jadeja. And Jamie Overton, in his last delivery, in his 10th over, tries to launch him into next week. And unfortunately falls for 6 from just 10 deliveries. And 258 for 6, we keep talking about that magic number 300. They could easily get themselves in trouble here, England. Really easily.
3 for 35, Jadeja's 10 overs, with Chakravarti's 1 for 54. Spinners have done their job, haven't they? Akshar had a little bit of trouble, 5 overs, 0 for 29, but 4 wickets out of the 6 have gone to spin.
Yeah, it's no surprise at all, is it? And it's not really turned, has it? It's been low bounce, really. Not low bounce, it's not like it's p-rolling. We're talking about it's just skidded on with the arm. It's a slowish pitch. You have to force it. You have to try and find ways to score. We saw Joe Root and Harry Brook trying to go deep in the crease and hit to mid-wicket or give himself. So if there was turns, sometimes you can sweep a lot more. So you could have been cross-back sweep shots, reverse sweep, sweeping. But as you've noticed, there's not been a lot of those shots today because the ball's not really turned. So it's been more about trying to find it down the ground, mid-wicket, extra cover.
Akshar Patel back into the attack to bowl the 46th. Gus Atkinson is the man who's come out. He's at the non-striker's end. Livingston is coming forward, then playing it, weight going backwards to point where Jadeja fields, slips, then tries to throw to the keeper's end, but was behind the umpire because the sun's going down. The umpire's standing at point, and if he'd thrown that Jadeja, he'd have taken Chris Brown's head off.
Well, he would have done. He'd have finished the umpire. Watch this. Oh, my word. That would have been curtains, I'm afraid. He wasn't moving, the umpire. He was busy checking his... He got the right amount of balls the last over, I think.
He's a big unit as well. Right, Gus Atkinson for his first ball of this innings.
Plays it from the crease, but no timing out on the offside, no run. Gus Atkinson's first one-day international since Barbados in December of 2023. He's waiting in the crease, but can't beat Rohit at catching mid-wicket. No run. 3 balls in the over, 1 single so far. Akshar Patel round the wicket with that lower arm, homing in on off stump.
All the time, it's finding hard. If you bowl wicket to wicket, it's been difficult for the batters to score.
A little bit higher his arm on this occasion. Atkinson manages to get it to long off for a single. So he's off the mark. England 260 for 6. 1 ball left of this 46th over though, which Livingston will face. Current score gets England to 284. That feels low. Livingston will face the first ball of the new over as he's taken the last one of this one out to deep mid-wicket, and they amble a single. So 46 gone, 261 for 6 here on TalkSport 2.
Jared, you'll know this, the modern day thinking now, you look at it and you think, oh, if we can get 6, 7 and over, 8 and over, 9 and over. But the way I look at it, and the way a lot of people now would look at it, is, but if we can hit 5 6s from here, the last 4 overs, that gives us another 30 runs, and then get the runs in between that, and then you're looking around the total we're on about.
Yeah, it's been a long period of time now. Teams don't really talk about trying to get 10 runs and over or anything anymore, do they? They look at how many boundaries
sixes
they can get at this stage. So they don't have another over of Jadeja. They have to worry about Varane, so they've got the seam coming back on. I think the seam's come onto the bat pretty well here. That's probably why we wanted Overton to stick around for a little bit longer. That wicket was very ill-timed.
Shocking shot, really.
Knowing it's the last ball from Jadeja.
Oh, honestly, shot selection. Jadeja being the pick of the bowlers, he's been hard to get away, mixed his pace up well, ball wicket to wicket, and his last ball slogs it straight up in the air. Mad thinking.
Harshit Rana to bowl his 8th. Right arm over, the seamer comes in. Livingston, no timing. Basically chops down on top of that one. They'll get a single out to cover. 262 for 6.
Is this his 4th spell or his 5th spell? For his
this is definitely 4.
This is 4.
It's interesting approach. 2 over spells and a bit.
Good move though to when Atkinson's at the crease and you got a lower order batters in now. They don't like pace and they don't like the mystery spin. And I'm speaking from experience.
27 balls since the last boundary from England.
Atkinson's a slightly better bat than you.
Really?
I wasn't sure if he'd bite on that.
Jeez,
he went straight in, didn't he?
I thought he snapped the rod off then. God, he went hard at that. Atkinson waits for Harshit Rana. Atkinson's got deep in the crease, pulls it to the leg side, he's up and underneath it, but it will land safe.
Good placement.
About 10 metres outside of the 30 marker, and Akshar running in from the boundary couldn't get there. They get a single. 263 for 6.
He's a good striker of the ball. He's got a good hand-eye coordination, got a good eye for it, and he's gone off to a great start with a bat in his career. But other people did. Who are sat here. Well, unfortunately, yes. I'll tell you when it starts to affect you. And it does mentally when you start facing those quicker bowlers consistently and the bowlers that are turning.
Harshit is into Liam Livingstone. Whacks this into the leg side, but straight to Akshar on the bounce. They will take a single. Livingstone goes to 19. 264 for 6.
Also, when you first come in, no one knows how to bowl to a tail ender because they've never seen them. Once you start to work out, it's a bit like Tim Southey, isn't it? Remember, Tim Southey was going to be an all-rounder. It's like, he's probably not going to be.
It's an horrible world, and there's no doubt, at the end, I started to get back to how I started, but that middle period, I'm mentally blown with a bat, and that's what separates the true all-rounders to lower order, the bowlers who can bat a little bit.
In goes Harshit. Oh, Atkinson has chipped it back over the bowler in his follow-through, and will take a single to mid-off. Didn't pick the slower ball, but just chipped it back over the bowler anyway.
Tell you what, Jared, you went early on that call with the last 2 shots we've seen.
Hey, he's picked the gap twice, perfectly. He's playing little chip shots.
He's got Livingston back on strike. Where's the problem?
A little bit fortunate.
The 2 highest risk singles I've ever seen in my life.
Yes. The old tag of being the next Botham doesn't help as well.
Well, English, does it? So many, isn't there? De Freitas, Irani, Cork, myself.
Yeah.
It just don't happen. You can't...
Harshit Rana is in. It's down the leg side. He's going to have to bowl that one again. It's a wide.
True all-rounders, you've got to really admire them, and some of the best one, Jack Callis, and then Beefy, Kapil Dev, Imran Khan, Richard Adley. You could go Ben Stokes, Flintoff. These guys are seriously talented with bat and ball, and it's not an easy job. That.
Are you saying that they didn't average 22 in first-class cricket like Atkinson did? Like, there's a difference, isn't there? These guys are batting number 5, number 6, number 4 sometimes in their domestic teams, and then you got someone who bats number 8, makes